It's a beautiful day for pickleball on the APP Tour. Are you kidding me?
Here we go.
Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face." It's that kind of courage we are celebrating this weekend in the heart of the heartland, writing history and raising money to kick off National Breast Cancer Awareness Month in a first-of-its-kind event showcasing the best women in pickleball. Welcome to the inaugural APP Women's Open presented by the James. We are in Columbus, Ohio, along with 250 other registrants, 125 pros, 26 APP gold medalists, all here to be a part of this really special, beautiful weekend, celebrating and honoring women around the world, especially here in Columbus, Ohio, and the work that the James is doing. Welcome into the broadcast booth. I'm AJ McCord, alongside Next Gen National Team Coach Chad Edwards, Pro Pickleball Coach Dominic Catalano. We have had an amazing weekend so far, and more action for you coming today on this beautiful Championship Sunday. Let's get you set for it with our Sports Imports Women's Singles Gold Medal Match Preview. It is two women new to Championship Sunday you'll be seeing later today. Dominika Turkovic and Shannon Pretorius. So, Dom, when we look at Dominika in particular, what do you like about her game that's gotten her here to Sunday?
Well, Turkovic, new to the scene, been playing about a year at this professional level, really making an impact this weekend. She's tall, she's lanky. She uses that to her advantage when she gets to the kitchen line. But don't go to sleep on the ground stroke. She's got a really big two-handed backhand, an even bigger forehand, but she's accurate with it. She's not all over the place. And that is what got her to Championship Sunday, is her accuracy. I saw her play a couple matches the other day. I loved her game, loved her attitude. She stayed positive. She was tested, and she came out of those on top. Love her game. She's going to give Pretorius everything she can handle.
Yeah, and for Pretorius, she's not new to the APP. She turned pro back in 2022. She was in the top 8 seeds in singles for a long time, had a couple of not so great showings and dropped out of those seeds. But here, it's the forehand roll, it's the two-hand backhand passing shot, and it's her court coverage that has really gotten her through to the gold medal here on Sunday.
So that is coming up later this afternoon, but before we get to that, we must get through our women's pro doubles bracket. We're already into the quarterfinals. Dom, what has stood out to you about the way these women are playing today?
Well, no crazy upsets. Everything's kind of to standard this weekend so far for women's doubles. So nothing crazy, but we are getting into the quarters and semis, so anything can happen.
Anything can happen, and we'll be there with you for whatever happens. So the rest of this beautiful Sunday from the Pickle and Chill in Columbus, Ohio, we have women's doubles quarterfinals coming your way next at the APP Women's Open presented by the James.
When you choose the James at Ohio State,
you're opting for care from a highly specialized team dedicated to treating one type of cancer, yours.
For your cancer care, the choice is clear. The James at Ohio State.
Okay, so we're at the film festival, middle of Park City, the doors open, and bam, premiere party. These trips are the best. At Art Week, we had a private viewing. Dinner on the court at Madison Square Garden. Right next to the pit at Race Week.
Experience the world as an insider. From exclusive lounges to immersive dining experiences, all with Chase Sapphire Reserve.
APP is sponsored by The James, presenting partner of the APP Women's Open. Chase, founding partner of the APP Women's Open. And Owl, official paddle of the APP Women's Open. Welcome back to the APP Women's Open presented by The James. You're taking a live look at Megan Fudge, 36 years old, out of Bel Air, Florida. Getting warmed up here, and we are about to start action in this women's doubles quarterfinals match. She's partnered up with Jill Braverman. We'll introduce you to these ladies as we get going, but right now play's underway, and that was Nicole Lang-Badecki sending that laser into the net. You see Fudge there, bottom right of your screen, getting ready to serve. There's her partner, Jill Braverman. A lot of power off that paddle of Jill Braverman, and she's trying to get the crowd hyped up on this beautiful Sunday in Columbus, Ohio. Other side of the net, Nicole Lang-Badecki, 25 years old, out of Akron. And her partner, Alamikno, on your screen, 37 years old, out of Cleveland. So a pair of Ohio ladies taking on a duo that is coast to coast. Fudge in Florida and Braverman in California. That ball just missing a bit wide. So for Badecki and Mikno, you guys, we haven't seen these two a ton. We did see Badecki yesterday a little bit. So what has impressed you, Dom? What's something to watch for in this newer team to the APP viewers?
Well, I think the biggest thing we saw yesterday with Lang-Badecki is the size of her swing. And she can cut that down. We think both Chet and I think she can be much more successful. She just gets a little big sometimes. And so that's one thing to look for on their side of the net.
Well, and that's part of it, right? When you're playing against a team like Fudge and Braverman, you can't make mistakes. So for Lang-Badecki and Mikno, they've got power, but they have to play clean. And if you take big swings and you're trying to really insert that power in the wrong time, you're going to make the mistakes, and Fudge and Braverman are going to make you pay for it.
Well, and this is wise because Megan Fudge is the APP Tour's all-time women's medal leader. She's going to be she was the top seed in singles, and obviously she's partnering with Jill here in women's doubles. She's got 7 gold medals already in 2024, whereas Jill is tied for the second most total medals on the APP Tour this season. So this is a duo that knows how to win, both together and apart, and that experience has a 5-0 lead here in this first game. Best 2 out of 3, 2-11 to decide who moves on to the semifinals. Fudge with the serve.
Yeah, and what you're seeing right now is they're just going to take it to them, our Braverman and Fudge. They're just going to go at it, speed up, get what they want until you see Mikno or Lang-Badecki slow the ball down and get it under control.
Nice little tweener from Braverman, but Mikno with the finish. Oh, excuse me, that was Lang-Badecki, my bad.
And that was a better swing by Badecki right there, too. You'll see it shorter, more compact, gets on top of it, drives it back down the feet of Braverman.
Trying to do a little too much with it. She's trying to really cut that, but again, it's a dead ball. You need to do something with it, so I'd rather just see her misdirect that and go to the sideline instead of trying to cut so much.
Side out.
So it's a 7-0 lead here in this first game for Braverman and Fudge before Lang-Badecki and Mikno can get it back on their side of the court. This is Badecki with the serve. Ooh, just caught the inside of the tape on the baseline. They're on the board.
And Fudge pinching middle here. Like, look where she's at. She's almost left foot on that center line. As her and Braverman trying to uncoil on that. Gets caught a little bit behind her.
I like the pressure dinking there from Lang-Badecki.
Well, it actually worked out there for Badecki that she was a little bit outstretched took the pace off. Braverman thought that it was going to be coming harder.
Great finish there. Braverman gets big, finds the inside of the sideline.
2-7-2.
Another nice ball down the line right there. And all of a sudden, 3-point run here for Lang Badaki and Miko.
Well, Miko had a pretty good run in singles on Friday. So she's able to hit that ground stroke. Unfortunately, we're talking about it and pull it wide right there. But she does have the power. She does have that ground stroke in her bag.
7-3-1.
Ball back on the side of Braverman and Fudge. Jill with the serve. That ball just a bit wide. Called by Braverman and Fudge.
And this is where the inexperience of being on championship court. I challenge this just in case, but it does look out. But again, it's a free timeout, an opportunity there, and then all of a sudden it's 2 in a row.
Right.
And now you're down by 6 again.
What was they'd gotten that 7-0 deficit down to a 7-3 before getting the ball back to Braverman and Fudge, and now a little run here by the experienced duo. And sorry, Jill, I jinxed you.
That's both of you guys are 1 for 1 right now.
9-3-2.
I'm not going to say anything.
That ball wide, or a little bit deep, excuse me.
They challenge in this one.
But again, no challenge.
I mean, it looks deep, but anything that's hit that hard is worth a challenge.
Now, I will say, help me remember this correctly, but wasn't it yesterday when we were watching split age odds, a game point opportunity here, and Braverman and Fudge get the point, but I want to talk really quickly. Wasn't it Lang Badaki who, at a game point yesterday, she challenged and she said, I had to do it.
Yes.
Because it was, so it is an experience,
she
but
knows
Lang
that
Badaki does know that option is available. 11-3, Fudge and Braverman take game 1. Game 2, when we come back to Columbus, Ohio.
When you choose the James at Ohio State,
you're choosing access to the James, dedicated support services, and an unmatched survivorship program.
For your cancer care, the choice is clear. The James at Ohio State.
Less is more, unless it's less beer. Fat tire.
What do people want more of? More, oh yeah. More laughs. More hangouts. More, so good. Yeah, give us more of all that little stuff that makes life so great. But if you're older or have certain health conditions, you also have more risk from flu, COVID-19, and RSV. Vaccines help keep you from getting really sick, and that is huge.
Game 1 goes the way of the experienced duo of Megan Fudge and Jill Braverman. Nicole Lang Badaki and Alamikno trying to find some rhythm, get some traction here in game number 2. Fudge gets it started with the serve. And that's a way to do it. Good lead there by Mikno.
And it's tough right there because you're playing against 2 females, that being Braverman and Fudge, who play such good defense. They're going to get everything back. That's a good leave right there. Let that ball go long off the paddle of Fudge, though.
Adjustment from Fudge. And then again, the firefight starts, and great placement at the feet of Lang Badaki off the paddle of Fudge.
Well, that's where Fudge's speed up is purposeful. She speeds it up down the line, knowing exactly where the second ball is going to come back, and can take that back through the middle after she's taken Mikno out of position.
A lob from Lang Badaki, well received by Fudge, gets on top of it for the winner.
Well, good read there by Megan Fudge, right? As soon as this ball goes up, she plants her feet too, so she realizes that she's not going to make sure that she does not get called for a kitchen fault on a step back. She plants her feet nicely.
Second serve. Good reach in there by Mikno to push them onto their second serve.
0-0-2.
See, right there, and we talk about it all the time, is if you have a contest where it's going to be like, I need to put one person in the transition area to work their way out, one of the top people I'm going to pick is Jill Braverman. She loves that transition area and can work out of there perfectly. And then that's on me right there. Okay, we're all even now.
We're 3 for 3.
Because as soon as I say that, she gets burnt in the transition area.
Although, my goodness, if I could figure out how to utilize this commentator curse for something more productive, it'd be wonderful.
Second serve.
A little too big, right there. But she's on it, right? She's on the counter from Fudge. It's just a little too big, like she was yesterday, that being Lang Badaki.
Oh, great spot. Good recovery from Fudge and Braverman. Around the post from Jill Braverman. Well done.
I'm not sure if there was much communication there when Fudge came back across the court, but when you talk about players that have played with each other for a while and know exactly where they're going to be, Braverman recognizes as soon as Fudge comes back across the court, she then switches as well, and she's already on the run for that around the post.
Point.
She can win.
A lot of times that ball right there is not attackable. For Braverman, it is. It's a little different. She gets really low to that and doesn't do too much with it. She attacks that ball from about 6 inches off the ground. It's a good drive.
Point.
And that's a point of just the pressure from Megan Fudge moving right there. She has Mikno try to pull that ball wider out of the reach of Fudge.
Second serve.
So
just a little short off the paddle.
Yeah, and a lot of times we talk about poaching. The movement is enough pressure at times.
Point.
A lot of strength off the paddle of Megan Fudge there in game 2. Starting very similarly to game 1, although Lang Badaki and Mikno had a better start to this one, despite the score being similar or the same at this point in game 1. Fudge and Braverman have had to work harder for these points than they did in game 1.
Yeah, nice movement right there from Lang Badaki as she steps over, or excuse me, from Mikno as she steps over and puts that ball away. I like how she inserted herself, took her forehand.
Second serve here.
Braverman just swatting flies up there.
0-4-2. Side out.
Drive just into the net off the paddle of Badaki.
Well, that's why she needs to step into that rather than letting the ball come to her. By the time she lets that ball come to her, it's on the way down. She catches it a little late because she's flat-footed.
Second serve here, Jill Braverman with it. Beautiful serve. Well placed, and Migno can't get the return off over the net.
Yeah, big deep serve right there. Almost catches the baseline.
Point.
And again, Megan Fudge and Jill Braverman just attacking that kitchen line with such intensity. And it's a same new game, same story in terms of the score. Jill Braverman and Megan Fudge up 6-0 here in game number 2. Timeout called on the court.
But again, the difference is you see that return coming back from Baidaki after another big serve by Braverman. Braverman recognizes that that ball is going to be shorter, so she's moving up to it. She's moving through the ball and gets on it before Baidaki can even get to the kitchen line and catches it while she's still moving. On the opposite side, we've seen a couple of good drives from Migno, but with Baidaki, she's waiting for that ball, hitting it with flat foot, hitting off the back foot at times. So that decision to drive a lot of the time has to be early, because we want to be taking that ball on the rise. We want to be moving into it so we have the weight transfer going through that ball, and then we can follow behind. What do Baidaki and Migno do right now? Shorten the swing up. Be more compact. If Fudge and Braverman are going to supply the power, then just look for the counter down. It doesn't have to be hard, it just has to be down.
Braverman with authority, finishing that forehand right at the feet of Lang Baidaki, and that was a well-executed winner.
Well, again, you're looking at Braverman and Fudge doing exactly what Chad said. They're the ones getting the ball down, right? And so they're the ones attacking up and then getting that ball down.
No help off the net. So Braverman and Fudge just continue their dominant performance here in this quarterfinals matchup. Spot in the semis on the line. The return is deep, and Fudge and Braverman sit 2 points away.
9-0-2.
She tried to stay short, but Migno just lays the wrist back, and you saw the paddle face go straight up to the ceiling. So without perfect timing there, that ball just floated.
So miss on the serve from Braverman. Holds off the match point.
0-10-1.
It's going to be Lang Baidaki with the serve.
Yeah, just gets crossed up a little, does Lang Baidaki, as she was sitting heavy in the middle with the backhand, and Braverman finds the sideline to the forehand. Gets crossed up enough.
0-10-2.
Oh, filthy change of pace there from Megan Fudge. Gets the ball back on their side, and a second match point opportunity.
Much better right there, right? It changed it, Chad. She went from that bigger, like, drop back. She kept the paddle face flat out in front and got that ball down. Great in-game adjustment.
And look at that. Great get by Braverman.
Oh.
What a point, though, there. Braverman and Fudge were everywhere, but that one, Lang Baidaki and Migno on the attack.
Well, Fudge in the middle on the first one that got past her, she goes, yeah, like, good shot.
Yeah.
And Braverman was there. Megan yelling at Jill, go!
That was a point that had it all, and so another match point opportunity fended off.
0-10-2.
Braverman just doing such a great job with placing that ball at the feet of Lang Badaki. What is it that makes that so difficult to return?
10-0-1.
Bueller? Okay, Megan Fudge with another match point opportunity.
Waiting on the match point opportunity here. Uh-oh.
Braverman says mine. Megan Fudge says okay. Team effort. They get it done. 11-3, 11-0. Megan Fudge and Jill Braverman are on to the semis at the APP Women's Open, presented by the James.
When you choose the James at Ohio State,
You're choosing access to the James dedicated support services and an unmatched survivorship program.
For your cancer care, the choice is clear. The James at Ohio State.
Less is more, unless it's less beer. Fat tire.
What do people want more of? More, oh yeah. More laughs. More hangouts. More, so good. Yeah, give us more of all that little stuff that makes life so great. But if you're older or have certain health conditions, you also have more risk from flu, COVID-19, and RSV. Vaccines help keep you from getting really sick, and that is huge.
Business trip like for Fudge and Braverman, Chad, in this one.
Yeah, Fudge and Braverman came out, they inserted the power, but the difference was that they got the ball down. They created the pop-ups, and we see there on match point, again creating the finish. They're going to move on to the semifinals, and we're going to throw it down to AJ McCord, who's courtside for our post-match interview.
Thanks so much. Wow, what a fun way to get this championship Sunday started. Megan Fudge, Jill Braverman just dominating. We've seen you guys play before, but Megan, what is it about this duo that makes you guys so impactful?
Yeah, we're just having fun out here. We made some changes this week. We talked about a little bit of tactical things. I was like, hey, Jill, you know what? You take the left, I take the right. The fact is we can do both. So super fun to play, aggressive pickleball, but smart pickleball. So just so fun playing with Jill.
Jill, now moving on to the semifinals here at a really special tournament. What does it mean to you to have this spotlight?
Oh my gosh, I think this whole tournament means so much. My mother-in-law was diagnosed with cancer 4 weeks ago. She's currently undergoing chemo. So just being able to have women empowering women and have this amazing event bring awareness to such an incredible and important cause, it just means a lot.
And Megan, I know you and I have talked about it a lot this weekend, but for you, what does it mean to be a part of this inaugural event?
Yeah, I mean, just the fact that we're out here celebrating women, networking with women, getting to know more people. It's just a fantastic event. Shout out to the APP, the James, Chase, all the sponsors out here. Just thank you guys so much for supporting us and supporting girls, supporting women.
Thank you so much, you guys. We'll send it back to you.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour.
Okay, Jackson, I'm here with Vlasic Pickles, and I'm putting the pickle back in pickleball. In pickleball, a chop is a slice from high to low to put a backspin on the pickleball. I'm chopping up Vlasic Pickles to make this sweet and savory chopped pickle salad. Feta cheese, Kalamata olives, olive oil, red wine vinegar, lemon juice, sugar, black pepper, toss to mix. Sweet, heat, and full of flavor.
The APP is sponsored by Rainstorm, clean, plant-based energy. Sports Imports, official net provider of the APP Women's Open. And Meijer. Susanna Barr and Megan Fudge. These two were one of the most dynamic duos in pickleball. Now it's a matter of who's going to win this showdown. There, Sherry Porter takes something off of it, finds a point of contention, and delivers. Great point there. Susanna Barr and Sherry Porter take game one, 11-6. Round one goes the way of Susanna Barr in this showdown between her and her former partner, Megan Fudge, in women's doubles.
Oh, yeah, nice ball right there from Sherry Porter. And this ball right here is very calm and easy. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Paddles are out in front.
Yeah.
Match point opportunity here. Sherry Porter and Susanna Barr with the serve. And they get it done. Susanna Barr and Sherry Porter win the gold medal here at the APP Women's Open, presented by the James.
This lady, like, she's a beast out there. Like, don't get in a hands battle with her.
She's got my back. I can be free. I can play free. And she's so positive. I mean, this is the GOAT. She's amazing.
The GOAT indeed. If you want to catch the GOAT here in 2024, take a look at our Toyota upcoming schedule, because we got a few more tournaments that we are maybe heading to your corner of the country. We got the Dallas Open next week, and then we head to the Best Coast, West Coast, Southern California Open back in Newport at the end of October. And then we got another event in November. Let's go back to Florida, shall we? So that's where we're heading for the rest of 2024. Hope to see you on the road. Always love meeting APP viewers every stop along the way. There's Susanna Barr. She got the gold yesterday, but if you thought she was satisfied with walking away with just one from here in Columbus, you would be mistaken, my friends. She's partnered with Ariel Butler for this women's doubles action, taking on Jenna Hessert and Cassandra Gerke. There's Butler, 29 years old, out of Searcy, Arkansas. AB receiving this serve. Doing a good job with it. The return. Unable to get the third shot drop back over is Gerke.
0-0-1.
0-0-1. Butler with the serve.
Ooh, just wide. Cassandra Gerke has a unorthodox backhand. She's one of those players, and we've seen Cassandra since 2015. But she'll turn that hand over, and it's almost a reverse backhand.
You beat me to it, Chad. Gerke, an OG of pickleball. She's been playing pickleball longer than pretty much all three of the other ladies she's on court with right now.
Jenna Hessert, based out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Second serve.
Jen is someone we've seen on tour for a few years as well. Cassandra Gerke out of Marshall, Wisconsin. Ball missing just wide.
Yeah, good spot there from Hessert, right at the feet, and it's something that we're going to talk about all day long is that positioning and getting that ball down, getting it to the feet. It creates opportunities.
Second serve.
There it was, right? That's what Gerke's known for, right? She'll drop that ball straight in front of her, and what she does is she follows it in and Ernie's it. And if Barr doesn't watch out and get that ball away from her there, oh, jeez. Is that the pretzel?
No.
No, it's not.
No, that was straight up.
Okay.
Her body was normal on that one.
Chad named a bar shot last night.
Good angle there, though, on the forehand. That was a half.
As a half a pretzel.
I was waiting for you to decide what that was called.
She keeps looking
once
ready
once
now.
the body, once the head goes like that's hip height, that's full pretzel.
Changed her mind. Looked like she was going to speed that up right at Gerke and then decided to roll that cross court.
3-0-2.
So it'll be 3-0-2, the score for Barr's serve.
Ooh.
Just missing wide off the paddle of Jenna Hessert. So it's a 4-0 lead here for Barr and Butler in game number 1.
So watch their first match earlier, Barr and Butler, and
4-0-2.
AB, Ariel Butler, is playing really well right now. I'm very impressed with her touch, with her resets, with everything she's got going on right now. I am super impressed with Butler.
5-0-2.
5-0-2, Barr with the serve. Great lob from Barr. Signature shot. Great job getting it back. And then the angle was filthy. Are you serious?
What is that?
Hey, I much prefer that there from Barr than when she goes with the big swing and tries to really put it hard through the court. Create that angle, that shorter angle, easier ball, everything's out in front.
So a timeout on the court called as Jenna Hessert and Cassandra Gerke want a second to talk things over. Trailing 6-0 gives us a chance to talk about Pickleball Superstore. A reminder to check out pickleballsuperstore.com via the QR code on your screen to get your instant discount. Dom, you were talking about what has impressed you about Ariel Butler in this tournament. For Gerke and Hessert, what does that mean they need to sort of try and take advantage of to get on the board here?
If you come out and on paper you got, okay, Barr and Butler, we really got to target Butler, right? Right now, you got to move the ball around. You can't target her. She's playing so well. You just got to move that ball around in and out.
Side out.
Hessert doing pretty much exactly that on that last point, going back and forth from Barr to Butler. Gets the ball back on their side and a chance to get on the board here. Cassandra Gerke with the serve. Oh,
Nice hands there from Gerke on the speed up. Again, that's the place on Gerke you want to avoid. You want to avoid her backhand. So if you're going to go anywhere, you really got to try and get it to her right thigh and make her chicken wing where she can't do anything with it.
Hessert getting up for the finish on the forehand. And they're finding a little bit of rhythm out of this timeout. 2 points after forcing the side out.
2-6-1.
In terms of utilizing the timeout to readjust the strategy, Hessert and Gerke doing exactly what they need to right now.
Excellent execution there from Barr. You see Hessert being pushed out wide, and she's trying to come so hard back to the middle. It's almost impossible to catch up to, and it just leaves that big hole in the middle of the court.
Barr relentless with that forehand, finds the open spot, gets the ball back on their side.
Nice little run here, though, from Hessert and Gerke to get back in this. Answer back at 2 back.
Ball just a little bit short.
Yeah, this went for a little too much angle there for Barr.
6-2-2.
A little too much wrist.
Great setup right there, but you have Hessert looking right at Gerke after that point and going on that reset. She's got to go back behind Butler instead of going right back to Barr, who's setting that up.
Point.
A little wide there on the reset.
No.
Do have challenges here.
8-2-2.
8-2-2, Barr with the serve.
Again, right there. Hessert, an excellent drop by Butler. Hessert is trying to take that ball that's out wide, that's pulling her off the court. She's trying to go all the way back cross court with it. All it ends up doing is the ball pops up or puts her out of position. That's a ball you're either going to bump back down the line or go middle. You stay in better position. And a very good run here from Barr and Butler.
So Jenna Hessert and Cassandra Gerke playing here on a Sunday. It's fitting for Hessert that she's playing on a Sunday. Her very first championship Sunday here on the APP Tour was in Cincinnati. So she has some...
Touched Ohio.
Exactly.
Ohio.
Some good memories here in Ohio. Has made some deep runs. And in addition to that, it is a Sunday, which for Jenna Hessert is a very important day. She's a diehard Philadelphia Eagles fan. But they're on a bye this week.
Everybody has their flaws. It's okay. It's okay.
They're on a bye this week, though, so no distractions for Hessert here on this Sunday.
I have mine. I'm a Bears fan. Just misery.
That's what I was going to say.
Just misery. Every weekend.
Well, at least your team didn't leave your city. Yep.
Time in. 9-2-2.
Susanna Barr with the serve, sitting 2 points away from taking game 1. Ooh.
Point.
Just a lot of fire off that paddle. So it sets up a game point opportunity here. Susanna Barr
10-2-2.
with the serve.
Butler wanted it, but she jumped up on top.
I'm sorry. Side.
Made contact with the top of the ball and it flattened.
2-10-1.
Cass looking at the ref going, yeah, they only get 2 serves. They don't get 3. Trying to give them a third.
Don't help them. Look at the hustle.
Oh, it's in.
Hessert and Gerke is rewarded. Wow.
Jenna Hessert ended up in the second row.
Yeah, but she's
and then
one of
rebounded like she was in a ring.
She's one of those players that's going to cover the court, and that's been her strength on the singles side.
I was going to say, we've talked about that before. She says there may be people who are better currently than me at pickleball, but nobody will outwork me. She does CrossFit in her free time. This woman does not get tired.
Grinds it out with CrossFit.
This woman does not get tired.
4-10-1.
4-10-1. Gerke with the serve. Oh, that time Hessert coming over the middle. Takes some authority.
Excellent reset there from Hessert. She cuts it. It stays low. Butler tries to go back at Gerke. And Hessert just continues through. Perfect poach into the body of Susanna Barr.
Good spot right there from Butler. Good answer. She goes right at the feet of Gerke. Gerke trying to get to that kitchen line. She got a little too far ahead of herself.
5-10-2.
So now it's Jenna Hessert with the serve. Good communication in the middle of that point from Gerke and Hessert on the switch, and this is a game here.
Hessert's feeling it right now. Little added pep in a step.
But she did a good job. If she floated that ball, she saw Butler was going to speed it up. She pinched back to the middle quickly.
Oh, and a little help from the net. So
everything going the way of Hessert and Gerke right now. They trailed at one point 10-2, and now they are
5-point run.
7-10-2.
7-10-2 on their second serve. Hessert and Gerke, what are they tapping into right now that has them on the 6-point lead?
Well, they've picked up the intensity. They're now controlling the tempo. You see now that Barr and Butler are back on their heels a little bit. Gerke and Hessert are very dangerous when they have that intensity and they have that rhythm going. Early on, it was Barr and Butler that were the ones that were initiating the speed up. They were putting the pressure on. They need to find a way to get back to that rather than playing off their heels.
So a timeout called on the court, the first one by Barr and Butler, because Hessert and Gerke on a heater. Gives us a chance to remind you that UTR has unveiled the official pickleball rating system of USA Pickleball and the APP. So don't forget to get your rating today at utrsports.net. 15 seconds until we resume play here on Championship Court Women's Pro Doubles quarterfinals match. Spot in the semis on the line here at the APP Women's Open presented by the James.
8-10-2.
Let's see what Hessert and Gerke can do out of this timeout if they can carry that momentum. And they can, just continuing this unlikely run based on the first few points of this game. Gerke and Hessert can tie things up right now.
9-10-2.
And they do. Are you kidding me?
It's an incredible run right here. And it's just high energy, staying in points, not rushing anything.
An 8-0 run that if they can make it 10 right here, right now.
Well, that's deep.
Wow.
Right now, Barr and Butler are pressing. They're trying to do too much.
11-10-2.
And it's a game point opportunity for Hessert and Gerke. Just misses wide, and so it's a side out finally. Butler and Barr get the ball back on their side. But instead of another game point opportunity, now Barr and Butler with lots of work to do here if they want to take game one.
See, yeah, and this is the difference. Hessert early on won that wider dink. She was trying to go back cross court. She was taking herself out of position. Now she's taking that deeper ball that's behind her a little bit more middle. It keeps her in good position. She can take the next ball any direction that she wants.
That ball sailing deep, side out, and another game point opportunity here for Hessert and Gerke.
11-10-1.
Barr and Butler must defend this twice if they want to stay in this first game.
Second serve.
One done.
Good return right there from Butler, nice and deep. Put Gerke on her heels a little bit.
11-10-2, Gerke with the chance to complete the comeback.
Oh, she hit a leg.
Yeah, she like jammed herself.
So a big hold there for Barr and Butler, trailing by one in a game that you must win by 2.
Oh my gosh, the crowd is like yelling in the middle.
They're yelling in the middle of the point. Like, Butler's putting her hands up, looking into the crowd.
11-11-1.
11-11-1.
Nice spot there from Butler. Now flip it again here, AJ. Game point on the other side again.
I love the chaos. This is quite fun. Game point opportunity here for Barr and Butler. At one point, they led 10-2, and now up 12-11 with a chance to finish this game. Instead, great spot by Gerke in between the two of them.
That's that punch, that backhand for Gerke.
She's a literal punch backhand.
Yeah. You got to get it away from her backhand.
Another game point opportunity.
Oh, it was on the paddle.
Barr saw it coming, but instead into the net. And let's keep going, shall we? Now Gerke and Hessert with the ball.
11-12-1.
11-12-1. Jenna Hessert with the serve. That ball sailing just a bit wide. Second serve.
11-12-2.
Barr bringing
right
the
feet.
pressure on that last exchange.
I mean, Gerke and Hessert are everywhere right now. It's like there's three of them out there playing such good defense. I mean, they're getting everything back.
Really are.
11-1.
But it's another game point opportunity here for Butler and Barr. And instead, Gerke finds the feet again. Second serve.
Well, and it's that ball back behind Barr that Gerke's hitting that's created a couple of pop-ups. Barr's hugging the middle just a little bit.
Switching there in the middle of the point. Gerke and Hessert refuse to back down. Defend another game point.
I mean, that's scramble mode at its finest right there from Gerke and Hessert.
11-12-1.
Ooh. She got ahead of it, which is odd because there was a good speed up, like with pace on it, but she got ahead of it.
Well, tried to flick her wrist on that one.
Second serve here. Sandra Gerke with it. Oh, that serve.
Oh, no.
Missing
She
wide.
just didn't go for it. She tried to float a serve.
And instead, it's another game point opportunity here. The sixth opportunity for Barr and Butler to close it out. And they finally do. Barr and Butler had to fight for their final points, but fight they did. They take game one, 13-11. I hope game two is just as entertaining. We'll be right back.
When you choose the James at Ohio State, you're choosing access to the James, dedicated support services, and an unmatched survivorship program.
For your cancer care, the choice is clear. The James at Ohio State.
Less is more, unless it's less beer.
Fat tire.
At Sports Imports, we believe in the power of play. From the first time you step on the court, to the thrill of competition, We know that fostering your passion leads to embracing your power, and that the love for the game doesn't fade with time. You're committed to building community beyond the net, because no matter what side of the net you're on, the spirit of community is always in play.
The APP is sponsored by Fat Tire, crisp, bright, easy drinking, Central Ohio Toyota dealers, and the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, reminding you to get this season's flu and COVID-19 vaccines. What a battle we had in game number 1 between Barr and Butler and Hessert and Gerke.
I mean, she almost got that last one. I mean, it wasn't that far off. I mean, they're just all over the court. Like I said, it was almost like there were 3 of them when they made that run coming back because Barr and Butler could not find a hole.
Game 2 underway. Butler with the serve. Great start there. I was going to say, I was going to ask you the biggest difference that you want to see from Gerke and Hessert, but let me see if I can have the right answer.
Okay.
Don't start down 10-2.
Yes. Yes, that was going to be the initial statement.
I may not be able to do math, but I can get the right answer every once in a while.
No, but in that first point there, Hessert continuing that when she's pulled out wide, she's not trying to go so far back cross court. It just gives her the ability to stay in positioning so much longer and then use the athleticism like that to pounce on the ball up at the kitchen line. You know, when you go corner to corner, she has to cover so much distance going from back to the middle.
Oh, she's yelling at herself right there. Don't miss it because she's on it.
She is on it.
She almost babied it and slowed down instead of just grip and rip like she has been.
0-1-1.
So it's a side out here. Butler with the serve. Great hit there from Hessert, but just missing wide.
She just misses this. I mean, full stretch reset.
1-1-1.
Another look at it.
Wow.
I mean, that's like a pinky finger's width.
I was going to say a ball, but you've got some fat pinkies right there.
I don't think that was a ball.
1-1-2.
I think I need. No.
Tough ball right there. Gerke. It was almost like she changed her mind a little bit at the last second instead of just pushing that ball back cross court.
Well, it's the ball there in between the feet. Yeah. Extremely difficult to change direction from a ball in the middle of your feet.
Great finish there off the paddle of Hessert. So it's a 2-1 lead for Barr and Butler, but Gerke and Hessert with the ball back on their side.
Yeah, I think this one's going to come down to it again. This one's going to be a nip tuck all the way again.
We'll see if your commentator curse extends to the next match. So it's definitely starting that way. Much different than game number 1, which Barr and Butler built a 6-0 lead before extending it to 10-2.
2-2-1.
And then Gerke and Hessert battling all the way back to force a 13-11 final.
Oh, Butler just almost like Braverman-esque going, okay, I got this, don't worry about it.
Well, that's the difficulty with Gerke's backhand right there, too, is once the ball is behind her, no chance of bringing that ball back.
Braverman or Whitwell? Those two a few times yesterday, just standing there, throwing the paddle up too casual.
The Whitwell just like set the angle early and drop it in the kitchen like it was nothing. Yesterday was awesome.
Gurki, couple of errors coming in right now.
So Butler and Barr trying to take advantage of it. 3-2-1 for Butler's serve.
Ooh, I love that point there from Ariel Butler. She kept them in that right there. They got what they wanted. Barr just got a little too big and on top of that last one. Oh, nice.
Wow. Cassandra Gurki dropping that ball just on the other side of the net. Great change of pace.
Well, reaching in there, taking that out of the air, but you see it's the side action of that paddle that takes all of the pace out of it.
Point.
So tie things up yet again. So far, so good, Dom.
Oh. Yeah, Chad, it's like 3 or 4 unforced errors here from Gurki to start.
If I was Barr and Butler, I would be targeting Gurki right now because she's trying to match Hessett with the energy and the movement, and she's just a little off balance right now.
Yeah, and right there, the thing of it is like Barr tried to get her out of it. She sped up right at her. That's her bread and butter.
Yeah.
Don't do that to her. Don't let her get any kind of rhythm. Just keep the ball down, make her play it off the bounce like they did on that last one right there, and she goes in the net right now.
Hesser with the hustle. And great finish there. Barr taking advantage. A little bit of the chaotic positions. Finds the middle.
But it was the ball from Butler there that she went back behind. After this one here, right here, she goes back behind Gurki as Hessett was coming up forward. That allowed the open of the court, the middle of the court, to stay open. If she had tried to take that ball back cross court, Hessett was all over it.
There it is, and it's the drop to Gurki right there. She makes a mistake. Butler makes her pay coming in, following in her drop.
Yeah, even with Hessett hitting the return and coming forward, I would still drop at Gurki.
Yeah, right now, yeah.
5-3-2.
5-3-2. Well-placed ball there from Gurki, and so it's a side out. Hessert and Gurki with a chance to cut into this lead.
3-5-1.
Jenna Hessert with the serve into the net.
She rushed that, like super rushed it. Like the score was called, and everything was just too quick.
3-5-2.
Wow, Hessert all over the place. Great gets.
Great gets, and then just misses a bit wide. So no harm, no foul. Barr and Butler get the ball back. The exact same score. They gave it up.
That's great setup right there. Again, it's pull Hessert really wide right there. It's what Chad and I talked about happened early on in game number 1. They pulled Hessert really wide, got her off court, and then opens up some space right there, and that's exactly what Barr did on that last one.
So a timeout called on the court. Barr and Butler with the lead 6-3 over Gurki and Hessert. Gives us a chance to tell you what's coming up here. The 2025 APP Collegiate Qualifiers. Take a look at your screen. Grab a little picture. Southwest Regional in Dallas, Texas next weekend. And then following weekend in St. Louis, Missouri, Southeast Regional at the Fort in Fort Lauderdale, December 5th through the 7th. Looking forward to seeing all of the young, talented pickleball players out and about as we get ready for the collegiate qualifiers back here in Columbus, Ohio. Championship court, Barr and Butler, despite the score in the first game, really did have a great strategy for the beginning of it, got them to the 10-2 lead. The second game much tighter in its early stages. Out of this timeout, how do Barr and Butler carry the momentum?
Continue to get the ball down, right? Continue to make the ball bounce. That's what's happening right now for them. And then again, Chad and I keep pointing out again, unfortunately, Gerke's just made some unforced errors right here.
Play her until she finds a rhythm. Once she finds some rhythm, then move the ball back around. But right now, that's your predominant target.
That ball missing deep.
Just laid it back a little too much there from Barr.
7-3-2.
See, and what's happening too right now is the reason they're getting behind Hester and she's sprinting to get there is because she's feeling that she has to cover that middle right now because of the unforced errors from Gerke. So right now, it is a good ball to go behind Hester when you get the one to Gerke, have Hester pinch the middle and then go right back behind, and they're doing a good job of that.
Great finish there from Jenna Hesser, but I was going to say that's the kind of strategic recognition that you would expect somebody like Susanna Barr in her experience to have.
3-8-1.
So now it's Hesser with the ball, the serve, and a point. Their first one since we were tied at 3-all.
And those are the ones you can't have at a moment like this where you have a team struggling. You can't have those unforced errors where you hit a return and in that free point. Oh, wow.
Miscommunication in the middle there. It looked like a little...
Technically, that's a winner.
That is.
Clean winner.
Clean winner.
Barr pulling Hessert out like you were mentioning and then finding a way to get the finish. So they get one back, do Gerke and Hessert, but have to give the ball back to Butler and Barr. Up 8-4.
Oh, just great scramble here from Hessert and Gerke.
I mean, this time she's almost parallel with the court where she's
like that one.
Scramble.
Butler right now is feeling a little more confident.
Yes.
You see it in her drops. Her drops are a little more aggressive now. She seemed a little tentative halfway through that first game. Now she's right back to where she was supposed to be.
And it's a match point opportunity here for Barr and Butler.
Second serve.
Tough to pick up on the half volley there for Barr. Good ball from Hessert right at the toes.
10-4-2.
10-4-2, second match point opportunity. Great spot there. Hessert going cross court behind Barr. 2 game points defended.
Yeah, Barr just trying to do a little too much there. Gets herself out of position. Hessert was already a step back from the kitchen line, so she had a little more time for that counter.
4-10-1.
But if you're Hessert and Gerke, you're going, look, 6-point lead. That Barr and Butler.
Less than 8.
It's nothing.
But,
better than 8.
Yeah. We were down 10-2 before.
Exactly.
We got this. We're right where we want. We got them right where we want.
Yeah, exactly how we drew it up. Hessert with the serve.
Nice drop right there from Jenna Hessert.
5-10-2.
5-10-2. Hessert with the second serve. Return sailing deep. Now, if you're Barr and Butler, back-to-back points like this,
right now.
I was just
right now. I'd use my challenge right here.
Yes.
Use the challenge. It was close enough. Use the challenge. It's a free timeout. Right? Yeah.
There you go.
Right. It's close enough to say I can take this challenge and use it as a free timeout because, again, like you said, last thing you want, them getting a rhythm and getting in that kind of focused mindset of, we've been here before, we can do this again. Don't let them think that.
I was going to say, because every reaction opposite an equal reaction, right, is for Barr and Butler. They've got 2 points right away, and they're going, oh shoot, we've seen this story before. I don't want to read it again.
Honestly, I'm telling you, you got three challenges right now.
Yeah.
If there's any inkling of this continuing,
right,
I'm challenging the next close call. I'm just saying. But look at our video reviews. Only line calls are reviewable. Has to be a rally ending shot. So that ball right there sailed deep. Called that out.
Here's a look at it. Well, sorry, not that one. That one was objectively in. That's the one,
That's
I
the
believe.
one we're looking at.
Yeah, it looks out.
Looks a little deep from this angle.
But definitely close enough to call. Definitely close
definitely
enough
close
to
enough.
call the challenge.
100%.
So
we didn't see this. We didn't see the baseline angle.
Well, I think Hessert may have been in the line of that baseline camera.
So as we await video review,
it is 6-10-2.
Correct.
So that's one thing on the side of Barr and Butler that they do have for them right now. It is second server, so they do need one stop here. And taking a little while.
It was 5 game points that Gerke and Hessert defended in game 1 before the 6th was the one that won it for Barr and Butler. Right now they're at 2. So again, right where we want them.
Yeah, it's hard to see from that angle, and I suspect that the baseline camera was blocked by Jenna Hessert. So this may come down to a
call it as it was.
Going to stand.
Evidence.
Yeah, because it's really tough to tell from that angle where that ball actually touches.
This video review, though, is a great addition to the APP Tour here in 2024. We've seen it utilized successfully, change the outcome of matches, and also used strategically, right? This is definitely a call that is worth challenging, even if you weren't in this situation, but it does give players an opportunity to catch a breather where they wouldn't have otherwise. So, Dom, you were saying earlier that you really are impressed with AB and the way that she's been playing, Ariel Butler. How have you seen her grow as a pickleball player during the last few years as we've seen her on tour?
We've known, AB for probably about 6 years now, and here's a better look at that baseline cam. Getting close too. That's very close.
Very close.
So we'll see what's happening here as their referees are conferring on the scorecard. It's super close. But going back to Ariel Butler, again, over the past couple years, she was in and out playing pro.
That may catch the back of the line right there.
Here's the official ruling.
Call in the court is in.
Yep.
Ball was in. No video challenges lost. Side out.
But the difference for Ariel Butler is her work. She's really put in a lot of work on the court, and it's really starting to show right now, and I'm very happy for her because she is one that has put a ton of work into her game, and she's starting to get good partners and starting to see those results.
And has a chance to take this match right here, right now. Instead, leaving that third shot drop a little short.
You just want to play more pickleball.
10-5-2.
So Susanna Barr with the match point opportunity. And they get it done. Susanna Barr and Ariel Butler probably telling themselves, who made that a little more dramatic than it needed to be, but all is well that ends well. Barr and Butler move on to the semifinals here at the APP Women's Open, presented by the James. We'll be right back to Columbus.
It's hard to find supplements that work. No, thank you. You need supplements that are backed by science with natural and plant-based ingredients and that are third-party tested. Because cleaner is better. Like Ora Organic. Plant-based supplements made from the Earth's most powerful plants for your immune health, gut health, workouts, and more. Find out more at oraorganic.com.
To be clear, Fulfill is a protein bar, not a candy bar. Don't let its creamy, chocolatey goodness confuse you, or the fact that you hide them from anyone with a sweet tooth.
You saw nothing.
I saw nothing.
Fulfill. We swear it's a protein bar.
Introducing Persona IQ, the smart knee. Address your knee pain with a replacement that contains sensors which capture helpful information such as your range of motion, stride length, walking speed, and step count to ensure your new knee is performing at its best. It keeps you connected to your healthcare team so you can receive important reminders and personalized recovery guidance. It's not a GPS. It doesn't collect where you've been or where you're going. Persona IQ, a smarter way to regain mobility.
Looking to supercharge your next event? Well, now you can transform your conference, festival, or company meeting into an unforgettable experience with Pickleball pop-ups. We bring the thrill of pickleball right to your venue, indoors or outdoors, with our premium temporary courts. Fast setup, flawless execution, and tons of fun, guaranteed. If you want to engage your team, impress your clients, or make your event stand out, visit pickleballpopups.com today.
Butler and Barr, Chad, get it done. It was a battle, but they finish it.
Yeah, and a good job for Butler and Barr to stay composed after that little bit of a rocky end to game one. We see Barr making the adjustment, going right into the body of Cassandra Gurkey there to end it. They're moving on, and we're going to throw it down to AJ McCord, who's courtside for our post-match interview.
Thank you so much. So much fun to watch you two play here at the APP Women's Open, presented by the James. Susanna, you and Butler playing really, really well and managing to finish off those games. What were you telling yourselves after you built that 10-2 lead? They come all the way back. What did you dig into to make sure you finished that first game?
Yeah, I mean, I think Ariel and I have kind of a similar game, and so we had to just make sure we were playing our game, which is a lot of ball movement, and I think we let them kind of dictate for a while, and we had to just kind of ground ourselves a little bit and pull it together.
Well, and Ariel, speaking of your game, it's something that Dom noticed throughout that match is just how much you have improved and how relentless you can be in those points. What have you been working on throughout the last few months in particular that's gotten you to the point where you're in the semifinals?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of everything, honestly, like starting off with just consistency and then kind of building from there, but it helps to, you know, watch a lot of high-level pickleball and players like Susanna as well and try to emulate parts of their game too.
Well, and it's such a special event here in Columbus, Ohio. Susanna, what does it mean to you to be a part of the APP Women's Open presented by the James?
Yeah, I mean, it's final day, and it's just been so much fun. I mean, it really means a lot to just show all the support for women and for, you know, solving cancer, and it's just been great. Yeah.
How would you describe the atmosphere, AB?
Yeah, it's awesome. This is such a unique event and for such a good cause. And yeah, it's been a blast so far. Gotten to spend a lot of good time with friends and making new friends as well. So yeah, it's been awesome.
Cannot wait to see you guys in the semifinals. We'll be right back at the APP Women's Open presented by the James.
At the Bostonist, we always look further, seeing potential where others may not. We sustainably hand forage 22 Isla Botanicals to make a beautifully balanced gin, capturing the essence of our Scottish island home, consciously crafted by our community to be enjoyed by yours. Look further.
Since I've been using Leo rubber, I've had way less problem on my AT band and hips. If I had to describe it in a few words, I would say it's a must, it's effective, and it's stylish.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous Relaxed Fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour.
16 years from they'll keep Greg active, involved, and mischievous, and help make sure his happiness lives as long as he does. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
It was a really beautiful moment Saturday night at the Dream Big Summit presented by Victoria's Secret. We had an amazing panel of really powerful women, everyone from lead designers at Victoria's Secret to scientists who tell us that their goal, their dream is to eliminate cervical cancer. A really inspiring moment with these 5 women, honored to be a part of it, and really an amazing weekend all around.
I heard about this event, actually. I played in my first tournament in West Virginia, and one of the girls playing here told me she was coming. So I just started picking up pickleball recently, and I love it, and I'm excited to be here.
I love the fact that it's all women. I think this is awesome to have an event. You know, there's been plenty of sports that are mostly male-driven, and just to be able to put an event together like this that's all women and that are all great competitors and bring out fans still is just so awesome.
Oh, it's a total empowering day. I mean, the women are great players, they're fierce competitors, they're fun on the court, and this is a fabulous tournament.
I am so impressed by this tournament so far. I'm impressed with the facility. I've not been here before, and everything seems to be running smoothly, and it's awesome to see so many women getting involved and being athletic.
It means a lot because, yes, I'm a woman, and I love, like, empowering women and, you know, all of my friends, and, like, seeing that, like, APP truly cares about us, because sometimes women get, like, the shade because, like, men's sports get more attention, and I'm just very happy that we got our own event, you know?
Taking a live look at Kelsey Grambeau getting warmed up here on Championship Court, women's pro doubles 9th place playoff. 28 years old, out of Brooklyn, New York. She and her partner, Amanda Hendry, fighting for a spot here at the APP Women's Open presented by the James. There's Amanda, 26 years old, out of Florida. These two are going up against Zoe Wheel and Sydney Perkins here on Championship Court in Columbus, Ohio. It's going to be Amanda Hendry getting us started with the serve.
Hendry and Gamlo team, time in 0-0-2.
Strong start here. Let's set you up. Oh, excuse me, side out. Here we go. Great finish there by Grambeau.
Yeah, nice step in right there from Grambeau. And again, that's what you're going to get from Grambeau and Hendry. They communicate really well. They're going to cover their spots well. 2 forehands in the middle. Hendry picked her up in the middle of that point, and then Grambeau finishes.
That ball sailing just wide off the paddle of Hendry. So it's Perkins and Wheel with the first point here on Championship Court. 1-0-2. off the paddle of Perkins. That one into the net. So have to give the ball back to Grambeau and Hendry.
0-1-1.
Ball sailing deep off of the paddle of Zoe Wheel.
Yeah, just trying to do a little too much with that forehand roll.
1-1-1.
1-1-1. The score here, Grambeau leaving that just a little bit short. So it'll be second serve here for Grambeau and Hendry. That ball deep again, so it'll be a side out here, Perkins and Wheel, with a chance to take the lead.
1-1-1.
1-1-1, Wheel with the serve.
So Wheel and Perkins both trying to do just a little too much when they get that ball up.
1-1-2.
That's not a good recipe right there for Perkins to be going cross court with Amanda Hendry. When Hendry holds her line right there and is taking balls aggressively out of air and rolling that back, she's just setting it up and waiting for that ball that she just got, that she could either flip middle or go behind the player in front of her. There's pure goalie mode there again for Hendry. I'm not letting this ball get past me.
That was a better job there from Wheel. Nice reach in. Oh, I'd have to think Grambeau and Hendry weren't expecting to be in this situation right now. They did come in a little tight today. Watched some of that earlier match.
That's so good right there from Amanda Hendry. Seen that a lot. She's really worked on that shot. A lot of times she used to stand up when she would hit this shot. Watch her squat down. Doesn't come up. Stays down through that shot. That's textbook right there.
Grambeau and Hendry lost in the round of 16 to Ali Reichert and Kelsey Matthews, who are now officially into the semifinals. So we'll see them a little bit later on championship court. That ball just a little bit soft off the paddle of Hendry. So it's Perkins and Wheel with a 3-1 lead here in our first game.
Game to 15.
Game to 15.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute.
It's always the first game. It's okay.
It's the first game.
You knew what you were saying.
I did.
Nice leave right there from Grambeau. That's right in her wheelhouse on a two-handed backhand, but good recognition of where she is on the court. Let that ball fall out.
1-3-1.
Hendry off the paddle and into the net, and you can sense that sort of tightness that you were talking about, Chad, it's carried them into this 9th place game here.
Yeah, good 1-2 combo there from Grambeau. Short on the forehand, goes straight to the two-hander, finds that hole in the middle.
2-3-2.
Ooh, that ball missing just wide off the paddle of Wheel. So it ties us up at 3-all.
3-3-2.
Hendry with the serve.
Chad, we got what we wanted. Is what we come for. We come for the firefights right there from these ladies, and we got a good one right there.
Slapping it.
Oh,
in.
It's in.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh my goodness,
yeah.
the finish from Zoe Wheel.
I mean, the pickup, though, both you and I thought that ball from Hendry right there was going into the net. Squeaks over.
Ooh, wants it back.
Got a lot of power off the paddle from Perkins, but into the net.
Big smile from her right there, knowing she has that. She's got to make that. Force Grambo to play it. Yeah, again, it's Perkins getting in that cross-court dink with Hendry, and Hendry's got too many options right there. I liked how she started the point. She moved the ball wide, then middle, then went behind Grambo, but then got caught going back to that two-handed backhand of Hendry.
Yeah, same thing.
Great spot there from the former collegiate field hockey player at UNC.
Well, Hendry does such a good job on that two-hand backhand because she makes every shot look identical to her dink.
Ooh, just off the tape and out.
So it'll be a second serve here. Grambo with it.
5-3-2.
That's a nice spot there from Hendry. And best part about that is you don't know where it's going. She holds it so well, that being Hendry, and then she just jams up Wheel right at her body.
And again, Grambo and Hendry picking their spots well as they have a 7-3 lead here in this game to 15.
Well, it's attack line and then finish middle.
7-3-2.
So if you're Perkins and Wheel, actually I'll ask you after this one. Grambo with the serve.
Oh, landed in.
Grambo staring at that spot for quite some time before a little bit of a smirk, like, yeah, that was on the line.
The Wheel just held her paddle up right here. And, all right, that'll drop in. I'll take it.
3-7-1.
Zoe Wheel with the serve, 3-7-1.
Hendry just doesn't quite drop the paddle head below the ball there. It comes in flat. It still tries to give it shape, but that's where it just goes right in the top of the net cord.
Second serve here. So I was going to ask you, for Perkins and Wheel, if you're recognizing, okay, they're finishing and they're getting the points on the middle, how do you counteract that? What do you need to do? So
Slide.
Okay.
So, let's say the ball goes wide to Grambo's backhand. Perkins needs to slide to the left, clear the forehand, because then the second ball from Grambo, if she does get it back, now she's in a position to be able to counter the second as well. Whereas right now she's kind of getting stuck. She's getting the first one back, but she's held on the line, but not there to finish in the middle.
Oh, Hendry almost getting that ball back over the net, but instead it's a side out. Perkins and Wheel with a chance to cut into this 3-point lead.
4-7-1.
4-7-1, Perkins with the serve. Oh,
Just rushed it.
I was going to say Zoe Wheel knew exactly where she wanted to go with that one, but just not enough lift on that ball.
Yeah,
Second serve.
right idea. She just rushed through that shot. Instead of staying smooth, got too quick. There's that deception from Hendry again. Little inside out two-handed backhand down the line.
So it'll be a side out here, exchanging scoreless side outs. Are these two teams?
Oh, she got it back.
Grambo blocked it. She blocked her own teammate's get.
Great ball, though, from Perkins to put Hendry on her heels and scrambling to get this ball back. And almost looked like Grambo is trying to stick a paddle out to see if she could get it. But wow, Zoe Wheel, well-placed ball.
A couple times now you've seen Wheel get to the kitchen line and uses her height to her advantage. Right, she's rolled that two-hander when she got on top of it, used her height, get that angle, and she does the same thing right there, using that height to reach in and push that angle and really create it.
Really strong serve from Perkins. Has them within 2.
Oh, yeah. Grambo's not going to miss that one. She loves that right there.
No, and Wheel went up there and trying to put pressure on, but with Perkins floating it, a bit of an easy target there at the feet of Zoe Wheel.
Another attempt here for Grambo and Hendry to see if they can get the end change on their terms. And I think we're getting an offensive timeout here from Hendry and Grambo. I like it. They've had a couple opportunities, I think 4 now, to get that end change on their terms, and they don't get it. So
they've been sitting at 7 since it was 7-3 in the lead, and now still with a 2-point advantage. But like you mentioned, Dom, it's been a minute since they've been able to get the point. So they'll have that conversation in the timeout about what they need to switch up. Gives you a chance to tell you what's coming next right here from Columbus, Ohio. It's going to be Jill Braverman and Megan Fudge taking on Allie Reichert and Kelsey Matthews in the semifinal number 1. And then our second semifinal features Susanna Barr and Ariel Butler taking on Allison Harris and Daria Walsgat. So this is going to be really fun for a chance to play for the gold medal here at the inaugural APP Women's Open presented by the James. These two teams in a game to 15 in our 9th place playoff.
Just out.
That ball just a little deep, so out of the timeout. Grambo and Hendry onto their second serve.
7-5-2.
Nice pressure right there from Perkins, getting that ball down to the shins of Grambo. And again, they hold again at 6 serves that Grambo and Hendry have had to get the end change on their terms. Can't get it. And Wheel and Perkins just keep chipping away.
Great spot down the line. Hey,
again,
now I'm in sync.
But Hendry, with that shot, she can take it down the line. She can take it middle. She can even take it cross, but she gives herself time to be able to read where the opponents are.
Oh, what a setup there from Perkins. She read the speed up before Grambo even chose to speed it up. She sits dead red on this two-hander.
Well, that's why when you pop a ball up, you're automatically looking for the counter. A lot of people will pop a ball up and they'll be like, I popped it up.
The ball lands
and just like that, tie game here in our game to 15. Perkins and Wheel have, like you said, Dom, just been chipping away at that, have a chance to take the lead, chains ends on their terms.
Oh, yeah. That's so good.
Great reset in the middle. And then the finish from Zoe Wheel to get the end change on their terms. Wow.
It was 7-3, and it looked like they were cruising, were Grambeau and Hendry. Then all of a sudden, Perkins and Wheel just did not stop. They just kept chipping away, get the end change on their terms here.
What do you think they settled into in these last few points that they were able to get back those 5 points and take the lead?
Early on, they were getting into too much of they were initiating real early, right? Now all of a sudden they're like, let's elongate this, let's wait and see what we can get eventually. And they've gotten that those kind of opportunities after the point goes maybe 5, 6, 7 shots instead of looking for it after shot 3, 4, or 5, right? And so again, good point construction from Wheel and Perkins.
So they take the 8-7 lead here in our 9th place match at the APP Women's Open, presented by the James. It's been so fun to be here in Columbus, Ohio this weekend, honoring and celebrating the incredible work that the James is doing, not just here in Columbus, but really for patients and families around the world with the groundbreaking research, the exceptional care, and to have a really cool event honoring women and celebrating them to kick off this National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's been a really cool thing to be a part of. So thank you for joining us for the live coverage of it. We hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have, and still plenty of pickleball coming your way as we change ends here. Grambeau with the serve, trailing by 1.
Again, just Perkins is sitting dead red, right? And as we talk about it, a lot is every time you hit that ball over the net, expect pace, right?
Yeah.
Expect that fast ball coming back. And Perkins is doing a great job of it. She's expecting the pace every single time, and she's not fooled.
Yeah, Hendry and Grambeau just playing back on their heels a little too much. Not a whole lot of energy. Need to kind of switch up this tempo a little bit. Take some opportunities.
What an angle by Zoe Wheel. Perkins with the power to push them back, and then Wheel with the finish cross court.
This goes inside out forehand. But again, it's her length, right? It creates such a good angle right there.
She looks over at Perkins like, oh, I was right there, but instead goes down into the net. Second serve here.
9-7-2.
Zoe Wheel with it. Oh.
Double hit.
Yep.
Yeah, Grambeau touched it first.
That was one of those moments where they were like, wait a minute. No. That was our point.
I was like, what's going on?
Exactly.
They stopped.
Because it came back over the net and inbounds. But it's a point for Perkins and Wheel.
Yeah, better job there from Hendry. She's the one that initiates the pace right there, and it's from a good ball that continues. She can continue getting on top of, getting down, creating more pop-ups. And that's the spot where Perkins has kind of exposed Grambeau a little bit. She's gone behind her multiple times in a row, and Grambeau's not really doing anything with that backhand.
And the tough part about that is that's like one of her bread and butters is that backhand cut dank, right? Her reset from that side. She loves that backhand right there. And right now she just can't find it and dial it in.
That ball just a little deep off the paddle of Wheel.
A little ambitious there because that ball was kept nice and tight to the net by Grambeau. And to be able to flip that ball and keep it in, you really have to take something off it. And she didn't take enough off it, ends up going 2 feet long.
Ball off the net and just out.
Look at how far Granville is playing off of that kitchen line. Every backhand she gets, she's sliding back 2, almost 3 steps. So it's very difficult for her to keep going back, keep moving forward.
Oh, wow. She can't believe it, that being Wheel, that she missed that ball right there. It was set up nicely for her. Best part about these two, Wheel and Perkins, is they make a mistake. Both of them are there picking each other up. They're laughing it off. And I think right now it's benefiting them to stay nice and loose.
I was going to say it does feel very different in terms of the energy when a player on that side of the court misses versus Granville and Hendry. What a finish. Wheel goes cross court, finds the other sideline, slides a pass. Another look.
Well, that's a tough ball for Granville to speed up from right there because it's so close to the net. The only thing she can do is hit up on it.
Well constructed point there by Wheel and Perkins, pushing Granville and Hendry back before handling business at the kitchen line. Get the ball back on their side.
11-7-1.
Oh.
I mean, when you're feeling
Zoe
it,
Wheel just flipping that paddle over.
Timeout receiver.
Timeout called on the court by Granville and Hendry. They trail by 5 here in this game to 15. What do you think is the biggest adjustment they need to make out of this timeout to get back into this game?
Well, one, right now, I want Granville to...
She's got to hug the line.
Yes. We are the same mind.
She's got to hug the line.
Right? Like,
take more balls out of the air.
She just has to hold the line, right? If she's going to go cross court there with Wheel, take the ball out of the air.
Yeah.
Don't give Wheel enough time to set up and do what she wants. Take that ball out of the air. That's the biggest difference, because if she can lean in right there, she can create off of that and get some balls, because Wheel's not really like doing much with them. She's just getting them back. So if Granville can hold that line, because that's where they're going right now most of the time, I want to see Granville hold that line, take those balls out of the air, and put pressure on Wheel, and maybe look to flick right at Perkins, but she's got to go right at her body. She's got to make sure she doesn't clear her hips and give her that two-handed backhand.
Zoe Wheel played her collegiate tennis at both the University of Washington and the University of Minnesota. So just flipping that W upside down from the second school.
Her and Purple Jesus at Washington.
There you go.
Max Manthau.
And then she became a Gopher.
Points.
Right now, just trying to win this game here at the APP Women's Open. Women's Open presented by the James, and her and Perkins 2 points away from doing just that. Great power there from Granville.
Finally, the one she goes up to the line and holds it, she gets the ball she wants out of the air right there. And they're flipping it right now, our Hendry and Granville, and they're not uncoiling on this stack. They're putting the backhands in the middle.
But Perkins just with so
Sydney
much power.
Perkins, go off.
So much placement. She's crushing it. They've got a match point on their hands right now. Zoe Wheel and Perkins can win this match.
Oh,
and they do.
Wow.
Wow, what an upset we have here in Columbus, Ohio. Congratulations to Sydney Perkins and Zoe Wheel taking the win here. Another look at how this team got it done.
Yeah, again, they're on the attack. They're on the aggressive.
So fun to watch. Keep you on your toes here in Columbus. We'll be right back.
care from a highly specialized team dedicated to treating one type of cancer, yours.
For your cancer care, the choice is clear. The James at Ohio State.
Dory Sebring here with Vlasic Pickles, and we're putting the pickle in pickleball. In pickleball, the term pickled is when you don't score any points in a game. This grilled Vlasic pickle recipe will score you all the points. Slice them in half long ways. Skewer your pickles, put those babies on the grill. Now we're gonna make our ranch. Roll in crushed potato chips. Winner's grilled pickles.
It's hard to find supplements that work. No, thank you. You need supplements that are backed by science with natural and plant-based ingredients and that are third-party tested. Because cleaner is better. Like Ora Organic. Plant-based supplements made from the Earth's most powerful plants for your immune health, gut health, workouts, and more. Find out more at oraorganic.com.
The APP is sponsored by The James, presenting partner of the APP Women's Open.
Okay, so we're at the film festival, middle of Park City, the doors open, and bam, premiere party. These trips are the best. At Art Week, we had a private viewing. Dinner on the court at Madison Square Garden. Right next to the pit at Race Week.
Experience the world as an insider. From exclusive lounges to immersive dining experiences, all with Chase Sapphire Reserve.
What do you talk about? The news? The sports? A little family gossip, maybe? Nah, you don't do that, right? Well, here's another topic for you. As they get older, their risk of getting really sick from a respiratory virus like flu, COVID-19, or RSV goes up a lot. So talk to them about getting the season's vaccines, because you've still got so much to talk about.
It's time for the semifinals here at the APP Women's Open, presented by the James in Columbus, Ohio. That is Carolina Lopez Escarate, 48 years old, out of Centerville, Ohio. She and her partner Nicole Eugenio just took down Allie Reichert and Kelsey Matthews to punch their ticket here to the semifinals. There's Nicole, 29 years old, out of Woodland Hills, California, and they have a tough task ahead of them because on the other side of the net, it's a duo you've already seen here today on Championship Sunday in Columbus. Jill Braverman and Megan Fudge trying to lock in their spot in the gold medal. Braverman, 34 years old, out of Newport Beach, California, and going all the way to the opposite coast is where we find the spot that Megan Fudge and her family typically park their RV. Her and Riley DeHart and their kiddos, Lily and JR. There's Megan, originally from Germany, but now calling Bel Air, Florida home. This is going to be fun to watch here because it all comes down to this for these two teams. Can you bring what you need to in order to lock in a spot in the gold medal match? Chad, I'm going to ask you, as on paper the underdogs here in Carolina, and Nicole, what do they have to do?
They've got to weather the storm. If Fudge and Braverman come out like they did in the quarterfinal and they're applying the pressure, taking the initiative of the speed up, Escarate and Eugenio need to be ready to counter. They have to get the ball down. They have to keep it to the feet.
Ooh.
Just wide.
That just missed. That was not far off there for Braverman. I like the
That was one of
early check.
AJ's pinky widths. One.
Okay.
Ooh, that's
That
a
was two
recipe.
pinkies.
That's a recipe right there for Eugenio and Lopez Escarate. If Lopez Escarate can hit those drops and Eugenio comes in and crashes, that's going to be dangerous because Eugenio is quick, right? With that left hand in the middle. She likes to play fast.
Great start here for Eugenio and Lopez Escarate.
2-0-2.
2-0-2.
Just tried to cut it a little too much on that reset. But Eugenio and Lopez Escarate, again, if they can keep the ball down, they have the ability to speed up as well. They have the ability to hit those heavy counters. But you want Fudge and Braverman to be attacking from down up.
1-2-1.
1-2-1 for Fudge's serve.
That's nice right there from Lopez Escarate as she goes behind Megan Fudge with the inside-out backhand. Braverman floats it just enough.
Yeah, Eugenio saying just a little too tall there. Saw the paddle go back behind the body, catches, or makes contact with that ball right at the hip. And the same there for Lopez Escarate, just too big on the backswing.
3-2-2.
So it's a 3-2 lead here for Braverman and Fudge. Great job. Megan Fudge comes across the court and then goes cross court the other direction for the point.
Yeah, that's a nice jump right there from Megan Fudge off the third shot drive from Jill Braverman. Eugenio and Lopez Escarate got to do more with the drive.
Point. Timeout receivers, 5-2-2. 1 minute.
Timeout called on the court here.
Well,
it's a 5-2 lead for Fudge and Braverman.
And with that, it's a good drive from Braverman and then followed up by a good drive there from Fudge. When you're countering those, Lopez Escarate was looking at countering it back to Braverman at back of the baseline. That gives Fudge the ability to step in on the shake and bake, and it's got that nice high ball. Think about, if you're against a team that's going to drive like that, create an angle lower. Go lines rather than going back through the middle of the court. Again, it's difficult to keep a ball down if that is a linear drive and you're trying to counter and push that ball back to the baseline. That ball's always going to stay up.
And because most of the time that's where that shake and bake is coming from too. It's coming from the middle.
Yeah.
Right? They're pinching in that middle and forcing you to try and go outside. But that's your counter for it, is you got to try and get that ball on the angle away from the middle.
Time in. 5-2-2.
Yeah.
Great finish there from Lopez Escarate.
Down works too.
Yeah. But don't think, hey, I'm going to keep them back off of this drive.
2-5-1.
Oh, and
partner.
It just got on Braverman. She wasn't expecting that counter.
I think Braverman was surprised by the Fudge speed up as well.
Second serve.
I think Lopez Escarate just needs to do a little more with that
3-5-2.
fifth shot there. Takes the high ball and just tries to reset it.
Ooh.
Side out.
Just slapped it and got a little too loose right there. As she goes to slap this, she gets loose with the wrist. And you watch her walking back right there. She's mimicking what she needed to do, but she got too loose. Ball goes wide. Well, Eugenio and Lopez Escarate are getting what they want when the point gets settled at the kitchen line. Issue is they're just trying to do a little too much at times with some of those balls like the last one.
Oh, when you get a little help from the net cord, does not go in your favor. But yeah, Eugenio and Lopez Escarate, they, like you said, they have the rolls, they have the ability to attack from those balls, but it doesn't need to be as much as what they're going for.
Like that
right on cue. Right? Take those balls and focus more on, I'm going to get the ball down, I'm going to force it to the feet, rather than I'm going to hit it so it doesn't come back.
Second serve.
See, and here's the thing. Fudge and Braverman aren't hiding anything. No. They haven't hit a third shot drop in about an hour and a half. So every third shot is a drive. Just be ready for it here. It's almost like they're surprised. There you go. Oh.
Well-constructed point by all four of these women.
Oh,
finally, Braverman pulls it, goes deep.
She smiles. She's trying to find something right there, and she was done running around.
But it's a side out, and instead it's going to be Eugenio and Lopez Escarate with the serve and a chance to cut into this 5-point lead. Okay, Nicole Eugenio coming over, taking charge, gets the point.
Shake and bake of their own right there.
But it was good control there from Eugenio as well. She wasn't over-hitting.
Ooh. Eugenio was ready for both speed ups from Braverman. She got him. But then that last one.
But I think the key right here from Braverman as well is, she sped it up first. Eugenio with a good counter. Braverman just blocks. She doesn't try and stay in that battle once the ball is coming back from high-low.
Job from Lopez Escarate.
Oh.
Lopez Escarate and Eugenio with some poise in that point. Checking the heart rate after that one.
5-8-2.
Eugenio with the serve.
Oh, she tried to get a little too cute with it, right? She knew what she wanted to do. She wanted to fool Braverman a little bit with it, but again, comes up a little short going down the line.
No way, Megan Fudge. I don't know how she didn't take her shoelaces off when she came through, dug that one out from the toes.
Timeout called on the court. Fudge and Braverman with a 4-point lead, but Nicole Eugenio and Carolina Lopez Escarate are showing us a few tricks that they've got in their bag. And weathering the storm, which is what you talked about. We knew that Fudge and Braverman were going to come out hot, come out with some authority, some power, and they've done that. But what do you think is going to be the key for Eugenio and Lopez to get back into this game?
It's one shot. It's the fourth shot.
Okay.
Can they handle the fourth shot?
You concur?
I concur.
Okay, there you have it. The key to victory for Eugenio and Lopez Azcarate. Eugenio, originally from the Philippines, says started playing tennis when she was 4 years old, competed in juniors, played through college for the University of the Philippines, where she played for 5 years before moving to the States to pursue a degree in sports management. So started playing pickleball in 2023, and look where she is now. Started playing pro tournaments in June of 2023, and she's had a decent amount of success, reaching the quarterfinals. And now here she is in the semis with the opportunity to get into the gold medal match.
Oh.
Great get there by Lopez Azcarate, and the finish from Eugenio.
Well, it's the quickness that Eugenio steps forward and really pounces on that forehand that doesn't give Fudge and Braverman a chance to recover.
Fudge coming over, and when you see her do that, get ready. Because she comes over with a lot of power and knows exactly where she wants to put the ball. That's up a game point opportunity here. Well defended game point. Eugenio and Lopez Azcarate with a chance to get the ball back on their side. It's going to be Carolina with the serve.
Second serve.
Ball missing deep.
Trying to go for a big serve there, but just pushed it long.
5-10-2.
Oh, two-handed forehand there from Braverman, 2 of them in a row. Just chopping wood.
10-5-1.
Sets up the second game point opportunity here for Fudge and Braverman. Fudge calls her off, and Jill Braverman and Megan Fudge have won game 1 here in our women's pro doubles semifinal at the APP Women's Open, presented by the James. Game 2 when we come back to Columbus, Ohio.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour.
16 years. Volunteer and community events. They'll keep Greg active, involved, and mischievous, and help make sure his happiness lives as long as he does. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
At the Botanist, we always look further, seeing potential where others may not. We sustainably hand forage 22 Isla botanicals to make a beautifully balanced gin, capturing the essence of our Scottish island home, consciously crafted by our community to be enjoyed by yours. Look further.
I'm Vivian Chan here with Vlasic Pickles, and we're putting the pickle into pickleball. In pickleball, a slice is a chop shot used to create backspin on the ball. I'm going to show you how to make a fried chicken sandwich topped with Vlasic sandwich dill pickle chips that will put your taste buds into a spin. Now this is a really big dill.
I know, but
Yeah, they call it, Joanna, yeah.
welcome back to the APP Women's Open presented by the James. Game 1 of this semifinal goes away with Megan Fudge and Jill Braverman. Game 2 underway.
Ooh, split in the middle. Little miscommunication there between Eugenio and Lopez Ascarate.
0-0-1.
0-0-1. Fudge with the serve.
Nice spot right there from Braverman, going right at that left hip, jamming up Eugenio just enough. She shadow swings a forehand. That's what she wanted to get to.
Oh, right into the face of Carolina Lopez
Supposed to
Ascarate.
use the paddle, Carolina. Not playing soccer.
Header's no good. No good.
Oh, though, both shadow swinging right there.
$3-0-1.
3-0-1, the score for Fudge's serve.
Justy.
I mean, it was pretty close.
Fudge was a little excited. Yeah, well,
15 pinkies.
Jeez, that almost knocked over the wall then, according to AJ's pinky size.
Okay.
Oh, you were going by length, not by width. I got it.
Eugenio all over that forehand right there. She squats to kind of scorpion that, but
4-0-2.
again, too much. Oh.
Great job there by Braverman getting the ball to the feet of Nicole Eugenio.
If I just tell a Braverman to let it go, but that ball's at her face.
Yeah. Nothing she can do.
Yeah, right now, Eugenio and Lopez Ascarate,
1 minute.
they're just trying to reset all of these speed ups from Fudge and Braverman. And when you're resetting a ball that's coming from down up, your reset is always going to stay up. So they either need to think about countering it and staying nice and short and compact with it, getting back down on top of that ball, or they have to initiate the speed up before Fudge and Braverman are able to get that ball that they can speed up.
So it's a 6-0 lead here. Eugenio and Lopez Ascarate taking the timeout on the court, trying to disrupt this rhythm that we knew Fudge and Braverman are so good at getting into in these games. Coming out of the timeout, what is the first thing you want to see from Eugenio and Lopez Ascarate?
Well, you got to get the ball down to their feet, right? And again, right now they're not getting anything down. Everything is waist high for Braverman and Fudge. Got to get that ball down to the feet, get into that dink rally up at the kitchen line where it's a 50-50 ball, and then create from there. That was it right there, but Eugenio, she backed off the line. So if you watch her back foot here, which is her left foot steps way back instead of holding that line.
So a side out off the missed serve, and
0-7-1.
it's going to be Nicole Eugenio with the serve. Are you kidding me? I think even...
Look what I found.
Well, Braverman hit her paddle.
She closed her eyes.
I think her eyes were open. I think it was a Hail Mary spin move, exactly. I think it was a prayer and a spin. Got a paddle on it, but couldn't get the next ball back. Points on the board, though, for Eugenio and Lopez Ascarate in this second game. Playing best 2 out of 3, 2-11 to decide who moves on to our gold medal match here in Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah, it's a tough ball there from Lopez Escarate. It's low. She just tries to cut it. It's going to stay up.
7-1-1. Point.
Caught in transition is Lopez Ascarate, and Braverman and Fudge just continue where they left off out of the timeout, building momentum, getting ever closer to locking in their spot in the gold medal match, but well-placed ball there from Nicole Eugenio at the feet. Second serve.
8-1-2.
Well, that's it. They get it back under control like they need to right there, but then Lopez Escarate just stepping up and kind of standing up.
Well, she tries to do it with the body. Right? The paddle doesn't go through the ball. It's just the body moving there. It needs to be a little bit of an extension of the arm.
Oh, you knew Braverman was ready to punish that ball down the middle, sets up a match point.
Eugenio turned around. Just put my paddle back behind me.
Look,
hopefully she hits it.
Timeout receivers.
Jill Braverman is not a short woman. And if she gets
mode.
big like that, I also am just getting out of the way. It's
I'm
simply
just going to body up. Bring it, Jill.
It's a business decision at that point for me to just get out of the way.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, not happening. Match point opportunity here for Megan Fudge and Jill Braverman here in the semifinals at the APP Women's Open presented by the James. It's been so much fun this weekend. We had split age doubles yesterday, singles on Friday, and now today we have women's pro doubles and then a gold medal match for both our women's pro doubles and singles. Coming your way later this afternoon, 3 o'clock Eastern time is when you can find the conclusion of this inaugural event. It has been so, so special. A huge shout out to all of our sponsors for coming alongside us as we celebrate the great work that the James is doing, uplifting women. And right now it's match point for Megan Fudge and Jill Braverman. Great response from Lopez Ascarate, getting herself fired up to get the ball back on their side and defend the match point.
1-10-1.
Ooh, that was sneaky. Eugenio ended up getting that ball, but
I did not see it.
no challenge called.
Second serve.
Both Eugenio and Lopez Ascarate don't look too certain that that ball was in.
Well, they called it in. If they're not sure, then that call's going to be in. Braverman and Fudge would have challenged it straight away.
That ball just barely missing. Just barely missing wide, so it's a side out here. Megan Fudge with the second match point opportunity for her and her partner Jill Braverman. And they get it done. Megan Fudge and Jill Braverman are our first duo into the women's doubles finals here at the APP Women's Open, presented by the James.
Well, again, Braverman and Fudge came in and they were aggressive. They inserted the power. They chose the right balls to speed up and kept applying the pressure until they were stopped. But Escarate and Lopez never had a chance.
So we'll be right back to Columbus, Ohio for the next semifinal.
No, thank you. You need supplements that are backed by science with natural and plant-based ingredients and that are third-party tested. Because cleaner is better. Like Ora Organic. Plant-based supplements made from the Earth's most powerful plants for your immune health, gut health, workouts, and more. Find out more at oraorganic.com.
To be clear, Fulfill is a protein bar, not a candy bar. Don't let its creamy, chocolatey goodness confuse you, or the fact that you hide them from anyone with a sweet tooth.
You saw nothing.
I saw nothing.
Fulfill. We swear it's a protein bar.
Introducing Persona IQ, the smart knee. Address your knee pain with a replacement that contains sensors which capture helpful information such as your range of motion, stride length, walking speed, and step count to ensure your new knee is performing at its best. It keeps you connected to your healthcare team so you can receive important reminders and personalized recovery guidance. It's not a GPS. It doesn't collect where you've been or where you're going. Persona IQ, a smarter way to regain mobility.
Looking to supercharge your next event? Well, now you can transform your conference, festival, or company meeting into an unforgettable experience with Pickleball pop-ups. We bring the thrill of pickleball right to your venue, indoors or outdoors, with our premium temporary courts. Fast setup, flawless execution, and tons of fun, guaranteed. If you want to engage your team, impress your clients, or make your event stand out, visit pickleballpopups.com today.
When you choose the James at Ohio State, you're choosing access to the James, dedicated support services, and an unmatched survivorship program.
For your cancer care, the choice is clear. The James at Ohio State.
Since I've been using Leo Rubber, I've had way less problem on my AT band and hip. If I had to describe it in a few words, I would say it's a must, it's effective, and it's stylish.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour.
And welcome back to our second semifinal here at the APP Women's Open, presented by the James. There's Susanna Barr, 46 years old, out of Boise, Idaho. She's partnering up with Ariel Butler.
AB.
Had a good showing, good run. Fought off some late charges in the quarterfinals as AB, 29, out of Searcy, Arkansas.
On the other side of the net, you've got Allison Harris and her partner Daria Walchak. There's Allison, based out of Nashville, Tennessee.
Game one, time in, 0-0-2.
She's going to get us started here in the second semifinal with the serve. Winner of this one moves on to face Megan Fudge and Jill Braverman in the gold medal match.
Tight out.
AB dotting lines early over there. Harris looking over going, was that really in?
0-0-1.
Yes.
Second serve.
AB.
Just a little short.
Yeah, she just stands up through that motion.
0-0-2.
Ball ends up flattening out on it.
Oh, Allison Harris. Again, when she winds up for that forehand and almost goes on her toes, that's when I instinctively back up. So good with that forehand is Allison Harris.
0-0-1.
Started playing professional pickleball within the last few years. Had the encouragement a certain somebody in this booth.
Second serve.
We saw her play in Nashville and said, "Hey, Allison, I think you're pretty good at this."
0-0.
Yeah.
Her and Simone had a good friendship and have partnered. She's playing with Daria Wolchek this week after Simone got injured in singles. Nice forehand there from Barr, splitting through the middle.
0-0-1.
This counters that Wolchek forehand. Yeah, I think she was going to call it out, and then she
You pull that ball out.
Oh, she did call it out.
Second serve.
Second guessed herself. We saw Daria Wolchek on Championship Sunday back in Sacramento
0-0-2.
in mixed doubles, where she made it with Patrick Kufka, trying to make
0-0-2.
another one here in women's doubles.
That's a nice ball right there from Butler. And yeah, I think the spot is going to be down that line behind Wolchek. Is Wolchek going to pinch a little too hard in the middle? Can AB find that spot?
Barr coming over to try and get the finish, but into the net. So this is going to be a side out. Harris and Wolchek looking to get on the board.
Point.
Stay down, AB. Again, just standing up there. You start off with the legs bent, paddles below the ball. As soon as those legs straighten out, that paddle now becomes the top of the ball. Ooh.
Oh, great spot. Harris and Wolchek with some great resets in the middle of that point. Harris with one dig in particular.
Barr just got a little wrong-footed on that last ball. Couldn't come back to the middle. Perfect reset from Allison Harris.
Point.
Again, standing straight up. Butler got to stay low.
3-1-1.
On the volleys and on the dinks.
Wow, Allison Harris going cross court, finding the inside of that sideline for another point.
Yeah, good offensive lob there from Harris over the left shoulder of Ariel Butler. Puts him in a good attacking position.
Point.
A little run here from Wolchek and Harris.
5-1-1. Second serve.
On to their second serve, but a 5-0 run here for Harris and Wolchek in game number one. Oh, just out. Allison Harris misses just a little bit deep.
Maybe 3 pinkies there.
Okay.
Oh, nice ball by Allison Harris, taking that ball out of the air, rolling that cross court aggressively.
1-5-2.
Another great spot. Harris having so much success going cross court right now.
Well, she's playing up at the kitchen line a lot more right now than what we've seen her in previous tournaments this year. She got into a funk where she was backing away from that kitchen line and wasn't able to take as many balls out of the air. Now she's taking the balls out of the air, taking away the timing of Barr and Butler.
Good read right there from Butler. Wolchek laughing right there. She knows that's not the right speed up from about 5-6 feet behind the kitchen line.
5-2.
Nice dig.
Point.
Butler leaving that one short again.
It's a good job from Harris going from defense onto the attack. Slides one at Barr and then right into the hip of Butler.
So it's a 6-1 lead here, but Barr and Butler get the ball back on their side.
Point.
Freebie right there on the first
this
a long serve and a long return.
6-1.
Tough right there. Barr like in between whether she really wanted to hit that or place it back behind Harris. She gets in between. Harris tees off on it.
Point.
Harris, she got to recalibrate here.
3-6-2.
Long, wide return, serve, and 2 returns.
Oh, Butler stepping in to take that one, goes down the line, gets the point.
Well, and there's some hesitation from Wolchek right there on this last ball as how aggressive she was going to be with that speed up. Ended up floating it. AB sits all over the counter.
Side out.
Find the feet right there for Wolchek.
So Butler and Barr get back into this game with that service side, but still trailed by 2. And now Wolchek and Harris have a chance to extend the lead, but just can't get that one over the net. Second serve.
Well, good pressure and volley from Butler,
6-4-2.
keeping Wolchek back behind the baseline.
Nice spot.
Great spot there from Susanna Barr, and really quick side out.
Side out.
Chance to continue this rhythm that they have built midway through game 1.
4-6-1.
That's 2 out of 3 games to 11 to decide who goes on to the gold medal match to face Megan Fudge and Jill Braverman.
Second serve.
Barr just tries to roll over that drop, create a little extra action.
Great spot there from Allison Harris, right down the middle. Side out.
Well, and she's ready for this counter here as well. That shorter ball, she sees Barr charging up at it. Difficult to slow it down when you're moving that quick, so recognize the speed up.
Ooh, Harris, great shot at the dig, but sails just a bit wide.
Wolchek is like instantly, no, we're going to challenge that.
You can challenge.
So then the ball is challenged by Wolchek here. Called out on the court, but we're going to take a timeout to see what the video review says.
Score at 6-4-2. Will not proceed to video
So a
review.
nasty dig here from Allison Harris just to get that back up and over and possibly in. Take a look here.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Ooh.
No.
Close.
Very close.
Yeah, on the line view.
Tough to tell from there.
Oh,
we'll be able to see
the left leg of Butler is going to be right in front of the down the line view.
Down the line, yeah. That's strategic. These players.
Unbelievable,
They know
really,
what they're
the
doing.
level of talent.
It's going to block every camera angle so nobody can challenge.
Yeah, you thought just the play was talented. No. Again.
You're going to see players sliding into that position, just walking with the body.
If you start seeing the softball
Throw a paddle
pads,
in front of.
you know why.
Yeah, right.
Throw a paddle in front of the camera as the ball's about to land.
Well, midway through game number 1, Dom, what has impressed you about the way that both these teams have come out, but in particular, Harris and Walczak have managed to get a lead here?
Well, Harris and Walczak playing very clean early on. Trying to look from over here now. Another look.
Oh,
it looks like
that looks
real
like
close too.
That looks like it might be on the outside part of the line.
After video review, the call on the court stands. The ball was out.
Okay. Never
Puts
mind.
the score at
You weren't as sure as you were yesterday,
6-4-2.
were you?
No, but from that
And
angle
the
right there, it looked like it hit
challengers
the
have
outside
lost
part of
a
the
challenge.
line.
You have 2 challenges remaining. You have 3 challenges remaining. We'll resume play at 6-4-2.
So 6-4-2 the score. Worth the review, certainly, for Harris and Walczak. But now they're on to their second serve.
6-4-2.
Trying to extend this lead in game number 1.
Hands battle win there from Barr, and Butler is starting to find a little bit of a groove here, but again, had 2 service games where they haven't scored. Got to answer here.
That's out.
Just misses.
Well, I think Walczak got away with one there as well. Her 4th shot, she just bumped it up. And Butler really wasn't in good footwork, which she could do anything with. Should have been a ball that's attacked all day long.
Great finish there from Susanna Barr. Aggressive forehand to get the point.
Well, again, it's finally taking that ball out of the air rather than letting it bounce and trying to get in and staying in the dink rally. Being aggressive on that ball out of the air off of Walczak's paddle.
It's just trying to do a little too much there from Barr. Tough to speed up and keep control of it when you're really trying to move hard across that kitchen line.
Second serve.
Quickly on to their second serve, our Harris and Walczak.
Walczak had an opportunity in the middle of that point to just pull the trigger.
I thought you
and
were
she
going to jump out of the booth and hit that one yourself.
Yeah, she just stopped, didn't do anything with it.
Point.
Yeah, Butler caught back on the heels right there, trying to slap those counters, but couldn't do anything to keep it down.
8-5-2.
Oh, Butler missed it. She swung and missed. Good miss.
She meant to do that, actually.
100%.
Yeah, just getting a little practice swing, you know? Side out here. It's going to be Susanna Barr with the serve. Trailing by 3.
Nice attack there from Walczak. Did a good job reaching in, taking that ball early.
5-8-2.
Oh, wow. That's a great dig there from Harris on the speed up from Barr because it was almost unexpected.
6-8-2.
6-8-2. Butler with the serve.
Side out.
That one left a little short off the paddle of Butler. So they get one back, but Harris and Walczak
8-6-1.
still lead by 2. And a chance to extend it here.
Nice step over. Good recognition right there from Walczak after the speed up from Harris down the line. Sees that ball's going to come back middle. Stays nice and compact. Oh, lefty.
Wow. Oh my goodness, what a point. What a point. Walczak just can't get enough shape on that ball to get it back in bounds, but some impressive moments there by both teams.
9-6-2.
Second serve.
Oh, nice drive right there by Walczak.
Sets up a game point opportunity here for
10-6-2.
Allison Harris and Daria Walczak.
Just
With
missed
a
it.
good leave, but goodness, that was close.
Definitely closer than 3 pinkies. That was like 2.
6-10.
We're gonna have to.
We got a new unit of measurement on the pickleball court.
I like it.
AJ's pinky.
We're gonna have to re-rack that video just to prove that it was really quite close.
Oh, and Harris tries to get the paddle down. It's alligator armed right there.
Well, she was gonna hit it, and then Walczak stuck the paddle out, and she dropped it. So then Harris was like, "Oh, I need to drop mine as well," but just a little too late.
That's such a good spot right there from Walczak. Instead of trying to really rip this, she just finds the hole in the middle, gets the ball down, makes it bounce.
7-10-2.
And it's the pace that makes that spot so hard to get to. It seems like. Great spot there by Allison Harris. So again, Barr and Butler get one back, but it seems like every time they get one, Harris and Walczak get 2 or 3. And that's what's gotten them in this 3-point hole. And another game point opportunity here for Harris and Walczak. A grindy game 1 victory for Allison Harris and Daria Walczak here in our women's doubles semifinal number 2. Whew. Game 2 when we come back to the APP Women's Open presented by the James in Columbus, Ohio.
16 years from today.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour.
I'm Vivian Chan here with Plastic Pickles, and we're putting the pickle into pickleball. In pickleball, a slice is a chopped shot used to create backspin on the ball. I'm going to show you how to make a fried chicken sandwich topped with plastic sandwich dill pickle chips that will put your taste buds into a spin. Now this is a really big deal.
It's hard to find supplements that work. No, thank you. You need supplements that are backed by science with natural and plant-based ingredients and that are third-party tested. Because cleaner is better. Like Ora Organic. Plant-based supplements made from the Earth's most powerful plants for your immune health, gut health, workouts, and more. Find out more at oraorganic.com.
Welcome back to Columbus, Ohio. Everything comes down to this. Who is going to face Jill Braverman and Megan Fudge in our women's doubles gold medal match coming up later this afternoon? Two teams in a battle right now, getting ready for game number 2. Allison Harris and Daria Walczak take game 1 over Susanna Barr and Ariel Butler. So right now, we actually have to break away from the stream because we have a big show to get ready for. Cannot wait. 3 o'clock Eastern time. We're going to get you set on CBS Sports Network for the gold medal match of our women's doubles and also gold medal match of our women's singles. Chad, looking forward to 3 o'clock on CBS Sports Network. What are you most excited about?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, honestly, with women's singles, with Shannon Pretorius and Turkovic, it's first-time gold for either one of them. So I think that's going to be an exciting event right there.
And, Dom, we're waiting to find out which team is going to face Fudge and Braverman, but what impressed you about the way Fudge and Braverman have gotten to the gold medal match?
Well, again, they've made some adjustments. They've switched. They've put Megan Fudge on the right now, and they have Jill Braverman on the left. So she's getting big with that forehand in the middle. So they made an adjustment going into this tournament. We'll see how it turns out.
So stay tuned to the APP social accounts as we find out who will punch their ticket to the gold medal match. We'll see you at 3 o'clock, CBS Sports Network. For Chad, Dom, and myself, thanks so much for joining us.